On the 38th floor of One United Nations Plaza sits a small publishing house and library that almost nobody has ever heard of. Yet almost every New Age bookstore on Earth has quietly stocked its books for a century. Its original name was the Lucifer Publishing Company. Its current name is Lucis Trust. Its founder claimed to be taking dictation from a Tibetan master who lived in a body that was not human. Its mission, to usher in the New World Order, the Age of Aquarius, and a single planetary religion under a coming world teacher, the Christians will mistakenly call Antichrist. They are not hiding. They are simply betting that you will never bother to read the footnotes. Welcome to the Stateless Standard. In the next 12 minutes, we will follow the paper trail from 1920s Manhattan occult salons to the UN's official NGO roster, and you will decide whether this is harmless mysticism or the most successful rebranding operation in spiritual history. The story begins with Helena Blavatsky's Theosophical Society in the 1870s, already a fusion of Eastern esotericism, Masonic ritual, and a burning hatred of Orthodox Christianity. In 1922, one of Blavatsky's most devoted American disciples, Alice Bailey, announced that she had been contacted telepathically by a member of the planetary hierarchy calling himself the Tibetan, later identified as Master Djwhal. Between 1919 and 1949, she produced 24 books, nearly 9,000 pages, claiming they were not written by her, but through her. The core message was consistent and unambiguous. 1. Humanity is entering the Age of Aquarius. 2. The Age of Pisces, symbolized by Christianity, must be destroyed. A single world religion, world government, and world economy must be established. 4. The hierarchy of ascended masters will return openly once humanity has been properly cleansed. 5. The coming world teacher will be hailed by most, feared by traditional believers, and will rule from a restored planetary temple. Bailey was not subtle. She titled one book The Externalization of the Hierarchy, another Education in the New Age, a third The Rays and the Initiations. She openly used the phrases New World Order, World Goodwill, and Planetary Initiation, decades before they became political slogans. In 1923, Bailey and her husband Foster founded the Lucis Trust, originally the Lucifer Publishing Company, a name they quietly retired in 1925 after the obvious PR problem. Lucis Trust would become the legal and financial engine for the entire operation, publishing the books, running the Arcane School, a correspondence course in occult hierarchy, and, most importantly, securing consultative status at the United Nations as an official NGO in 1947, a status it has never lost. The UN connection is not peripheral, it is foundational. The Baileys' top disciples, John and Mary Rockefeller's personal assistant among them, worked inside the UN's founding conferences. The Great Invocation, a Lucis Trust prayer written in 1945, was translated into 50 languages and distributed through UN channels. The meditation room at UN headquarters, opened in 1957, was designed and paid for by Lucis Trust Associates and contains the exact black stone altar Bailey described as the future focal point for planetary energy work. Even the official UN description of the room avoids mentioning who actually funded it. The cynicism is exquisite. While fundamentalist Christians were burning rock records in the 1980s, the same occult publishing house they feared had been sitting in the UN building for 40 years, accredited, tax-exempt, and quietly placing its literature in every theosophical bookshop from Sedona to Glastonbury. While conspiracy theorists hunted for horned devils and corporate logos, Lucis Trust was openly listing World Goodwill as its UN-facing brand, literally the same phrase used by 3 American presidents. And the influence did not stop at mood lighting. Robert Muller, Assistant Secretary General of the UN for 30 years, openly credited Alice Bailey as his spiritual guide. The Findhorn community, the Esalen Institute, the entire human potential movement of the 1970s, all trace funding or ideology back to Lucis Trust networks. The term ageless wisdom that now appears in UNESCO documents is lifted verbatim from Bailey's textbooks. Even the modern environmental movement's more mystical wing, Gaia theory, deep ecology, echoes Bailey's teaching that the planet itself is a living entity preparing to externalize its hierarchy. Today, Lucis Trust still occupies its UN Plaza office, still publishes the same 24 Tibetan books, still runs the Arcane School with tens of thousands of graduates, and still hosts meditation sessions every full moon to strengthen the hands of the world teacher. The language has been softened. No more overt Lucifer references, no more explicit calls to destroy Christianity. But the core texts remain unchanged, and the mission statement is identical: to prepare the world for the externalization of the hierarchy and the reappearance of the world teacher. So when a politician, a tech billionaire, or a UN official speaks of a new global ethic, planetary citizenship, or the need to transcend old religions, they are not inventing the future. They are reading from a script written in trance between 1919 and 1949 by a woman who openly admitted she was not its author. If this quiet history of the most successful occult rebranding in modern times has been useful, like and subscribe to the Stateless Standard, share the video before the algorithm decides planetary initiation is sensitive content, and tell us in the comments, coincidence, camouflage, or conquest. Until next time, stay grounded, stay sovereign, and remember, the Lightbringer always prefers better marketing.